Alright, so currently I'm going to be commentating this tournament match. It's held on Bricktops, as you can see yourself. It's going to be a 5 against 5. We already have one person eliminated who got killed, actually. Commodore only has 20 damage on the board. He seems to not be paying attention right now, so we need to be careful for that for the red team. Seems like it's a 2v2 in tunnel. It's really a 3v3 because you include the two mid laners there. Seems like they have a heavy Cade side. They're basically mirrored right now, so that means same people on each side. It's really important that each team has the synergy to shoot at the same time as each other. That way they could do at least double damage if both of them land their shots. Alright, so essentially, again, this is Verstan Vipers against Fiore Province. Just to clarify, Fiore Province is Team Blue, whereas Verstan Vipers is Team Red. So if you'd like to mention who you believe will be winning, feel free to do so. Of course, right now, Blue Team, otherwise known as Fiore Province, is currently in the lead by 1 point, by 1 kill. And they have the most damage. There's some action at tunnel right now. Cloud got picked. Commodore is 2-shot right now. He could easily be rushed before Cloud respawns in time. He got rushed. Okay, they have 2 people dominating on tunnel. That was a 1-for-1 trade right there, 2-for-1 trade. And Ors died, overextended on blue team side. Looks like Spell and Diamond are in a 1v1 at Cave. It's a very passive lane. So this is very good if you are stalling the superior person at 1v1s. So again, at least in my opinion, for Bricktops, you want to understand it as a 3-lane concept. So as you can see here, tunnel is known as a volatile lane. I call it a volatile lane. And that's essentially what makes the map really important. Hello, we're currently streaming the Twitch channel right now.
Okay.
So you're live right now.
Okay. How many views do we have?
We have about 7 right now, not too many. I just started right now, and
Who's playing? Verstan Vipers and the Fiore province. Is that right?
yes, and right now I'm just gonna shout us out just so we can get more viewers. I'll do it in GCC perhaps.
Okay. So the match appears to have just started, unless it's been very slow already.
Yes, it just started actually.
What guns are we using here?
It's RCO,
RCL.
just a standard Bricktops tournament. Yeah, Bricktops RCO.
Well, it's quite lively, all things considered, because usually RCL on Bricktops is very slow,
Right,
especially in tournaments.
right.
You often see standstills where both teams are kind of scared to initiate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's tied up right now, and red is pushed up tunnel.
Correct. Red is known as Verstan Vipers, whereas blue team is Fiore Province. It's a bit interesting to note that Fiore Province was actually not in the lead at first because I believe Rectified or someone got picked early. Actually, no, my bad. Commodore got picked early, so actually Fiore Province is in the lead to begin with, just by 1 point though. But still, it seemed like there's a lot of aggression here at Tunnel. It's been a 3v3 constantly. Whereas Diamond and Spell have been in a 1v1 at Cave this whole time. Pretty passive, but now Spell seems to be pushed up at Zigzag, trying to draw the attention of Slick here, so that way his team could potentially make a play at Tunnel if they're not paying attention.
Well, it's a stalemate at the moment.
Hmm.
Both teams are resetting their health, and both teams will be looking for um, a decent amount of damage being dealt so that they can initiate a rush. Cave, I can't see anything happening at Cave, but Tunnel, anything could happen at any moment. So we'll have to wait and see.
Right.
What uniforms are Red Team wearing?
So right now it's K5, and the other team's wearing D1. So white against
Ah, I
green.
see.
Something I don't really know right now. Unfortunately, I don't know how to set the timer right now. But actually, let me see. I think it's fine. I think at this pace, although it's a bit slow, it shouldn't last more than an hour. So that's standard for RCO tournaments nowadays.
How far in are we at the moment?
We started about maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago from now.
Okay.
So there's already a lot of action.
Yeah. Blue just lost someone at mid.
Right, one for one.
Red Team very aggressive.
Hmm. I don't really advocate for rushing mid like that or
Yeah,
rushing
Aura
A.
probably should have stayed in the corner there.
Right,
There was a bit of suicide running back like that.
right, right. Looks like blue team had some person disconnect right now. Let me see who this is. Rectified.
He had 3 deaths. He was 5-3.
I don't know too much about this tournament. How many teams are there?
There's only 3 teams. It's a three-way elimination.
I see.
How many deaths did Rectified have?
He had 3.
Okay, he just died again. Unless he was not ready.
Well,
No
Red really has the
pauses.
upper hand here.
Right, especially if you have someone leave like that during the middle of the match or right when it starts. That's very
Yeah.
bad for your team. But Spell, I don't know, he was just reckless there, got picked. Ors as well, and Cloud. 3 red players dying right
It looks
away.
like,
Komodo's
yeah,
gonna get
Blue's
pushed
pushing
out.
it back.
Komodo's getting pushed out in a 1v3.
Yeah, they lost their hold on
Yeah,
Tunnel 1
yeah.
Cave.
And I saw
Cave went first.
Ice wrist that. He could have died, but he still made it through. If I was Ice, I would have
Red
just let my
playing
team go.
aggressive up Cave.
Hmm. Or just took free damage
Spell pushed
Zig.
up.
He had 100 health earlier.
Blue could definitely get a pick on Spell if he's pushed up Cave like that.
Right.
They could 2v1 very easily.
The red team just threw really
Especially, he doesn't
hard.
have support either.
Right. Red team just threw really hard with their health advantage, at least with Aura.
Blue should be pushing up Tunnel because it is that only, yeah, that'd be a 2v3, and they could maybe push outside
Right,
as
but
well
then we have this
because mid is
crossfight
low.
here. Now Slick's responding to the crossfire at Cave. This 1v1, 2v1 now, where Spell got picked, and now Ors is entering a 1v2.
Spell playing very aggressively up Cave though.
Mm-hmm. UXJ's got picked Tunnel. Looks like there's some action here. Commodore, so 1 for 1 at Tunnel. It's still a 2v1 Tunnel in blue team's favor.
Blue has to push Tunnel right now. Get the kill on him. Oh, wow. That was a very impressive play from Red Team at Tunnel there. Was that
Right.
2 or 3 picks?
That was about,
And he
yeah,
was low. He was low as well. That was a very impressive
right.
play.
And the rectified, okay, he got picked from Cave, the Cave crossfire. Let's see if Slick and Diamond minimize the damage taken. Okay, good for their part.
Blue Team really needs to push up
Right, they
Tunnel.
they truly need to commit as a team.
Yeah,
A lot
because
of
otherwise,
teams, whether
mm,
they're in the CCO or any clans in general, like honestly, in a scrim team, just learning how to hold W in a rush, it's just really important. I know these aren't medi guns, but you really want the map control, otherwise you will be crossfired. Look, Cloud is giving Slick hell right now, and
yeah,
the longer he's
Blue.
alive, you know, the more annoying it is for cave side.
Once blue lost tunnel, and there was only one of them on low health, blue should have um, taken the opportunity to push right away. Well, all three of them were full health because now they have a decent hold on tunnel and cave. Blue's really on the back foot, like you said. Map control is not good for blue right now.
Right.
They're really struggling with that. They were able to shake them off the last time this happened, but we'll see if they can do it again here.
Hmm.
This is a difficult position to be in. Blue is exactly where red team wants them.
Right. And Slick just got picked from cave as well as diamond. So
Yeah,
essentially all blue members are in spawn. And now there's a small little push going at tunnel, but Slick's by himself. Although
yeah.
he was
Slick should
chasing.
have pushed up with his team.
Hmm. A
UX
one
tried to
for
join
one.
him, but too late.
That's a one for one. Slick's taking the 1v1 and he lost the 1v1 there.
Blue really has to just
Right.
push up tunnel together right now. Finish off Commodore.
Right.
Is that his
Perhaps
name?
Slick should have waited for
Commodore.
Rectified to get there before losing that
Yeah.
1v1. If you're not confident in those 1v1s, that's what really wastes the team. Okay, a very slow start from red team coming off spawn there AFK for a minute, it seemed like.
It is very even right now,
Right,
which is interesting considering the imbalance in map control that I've seen so far.
right. It's a bit frustrating to see if you're rooting for red team at least that they do throw a bit. I've been noticing that a few times now. Now there's a
Red pushing up tunnel.
yeah, a 2v1. Rectified's now in position
Oh,
for a 1-for-1 trade.
that
A
was
1-for-2
impressive
trade.
on UX's.
Okay, Rectified is the only person at tunnel right now, followed by UX3 reinforcing him and Cloud and Commodore challenging tunnel, it seems like. So a 2v2 tunnel.
UX got a pick in a 2v1, so good on him.
Right. I do like how this is a close match so far. I really like how unbiased this tournament is from the draft phase to determining map bans. Everything has been smooth so far. Just the only issue, we were meant to have a 6v6 or an 8 against 8 for this tournament. But still, like with less people, there's less of a stalemate anyway, at least in my experience. So this is going to be a quicker match than normal, it seems like at this rate. It's pretty even.
I was wondering. You see how this is the flyweight league. So
Yes.
what does that mean exactly? Is that
So
just referring to RCL,
so
or
flyweight.
we have other
So
leagues?
I could explain this to all the viewers as well. So essentially, what we wanted to have is imagine a tournament for normals where there's no elites allowed. Elites could be advisors. Advisors aren't allowed to fight, but they could help advise a team. They could help draft. They could help prep the team. The coach could play. The coach could help lead. It's more of an opportunity for, again, both the coach and the players are considered normals or grunts or noobs. This is an experience for people to actually be drafted in a tournament if they're not able to be picked for something like CCO, where they're not good enough or not popular enough to be picked for that. Whereas in the future, as we have more demand for such a thing, of course, if elites want to have participation in such a tournament, then we would most likely have a heavyweight league, otherwise known as a cadre league. So you could see if you're in the team discords right now, we have team discords and team logos.
Oh,
Um,
your stream paused, by the way. Okay,
okay,
you're back on.
okay. So if you have team logos or if you have team discords right now, that's what we have. There's major scrims and minor scrims. You might be familiar with this with CCO back in the day.
Yes, yes, I remember.
Right, so basically the synonym for minor league is featherweight, which actually means normals. Normals. So whether they be new to the clan scene, you know, you're more than likely to be drafted for such a tournament like this. That's featherweight. Whereas if there are limited slots for a tournament because not every free agent is going to be drafted, then obviously you'd be part of the major scrims, which tend to be elite in nature, typically cadre material. Cadre meaning our elite gunfighters, typically. I wanted to do something different and host in-house tournaments. This could be a good recruitment opportunity for us and also good for activity, helps inspire competition. And most of all, the featherweight, at the very least, it's more of a learning opportunity where I'll go over these concepts with them after the match, just to prevent bias. After the tournament's over, I will go over what went well, what went poorly with each of these members, because you must realize these people are our members, they're our normals. And if we help them improve, it just improves the overall the skill ceiling of our normals, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, a competitive environment will help people improve a lot more than they otherwise would.
Hmm.
And giving exposure to players who otherwise wouldn't be able to play in tournaments like this is a great cause on its own.
Hmm.
And like you say, after the tournament rounds are over, you can give feedback to players individually about what they did well and what they did bad, so that they can improve. So all in all, it's a great concept,
Right. I'm
and
sure.
you could definitely do a lot with it
Right.
in the future.
Right. I'm sure you probably remember, the Stoneman scrim years ago. Like
Yes, of
the
course.
first scrimmages both you and I, as elite gunfighters, have ever attended. There's, at least in my opinion, there's this adrenaline rush associated with it, and it makes it really competitive and enjoyable. I wanted to provide the same experience to people who may not necessarily be elites in particular, so that way they could also have that motivation to actually improve, train, get better, take this more seriously as they go in their career.
Yeah, definitely. It's the generally speaking, if say I am defending a fort, if the raiders are around my skill level, then it creates a situation where I am truly challenged.
Hmm.
And you know, once that happens, once your team is challenged, you'll be able to hear it in their voices, where
Hmm.
there'll be a certain intensity there. Rather than it being very relaxed, it's a very tense situation. And in situations like that, that's where you truly grow. And for me and you, that's where the enjoyment comes in.
Hmm.
Where you really have to put in the extra concentration and effort in order to hopefully pull through with the win.
Did you just see
You
that
know,
play by Slick? It was a botched play there. The whole team lasered him at cave. He just he was right here, and then they
yeah.
all reacted. So
Maybe it's because Slick is doing very well. He is 12-8. I don't know if he got any
right,
picks there, but maybe a little bit of overconfidence there from Slick.
right. But at the same time, I do realize he has the most. He's the top frag. He also has the most damage on the leaderboard. But again,
Yeah, he's doing great.
to make those
All in all,
plays, you do have to be aggressive, especially when there's a stalemate like this. But at what cost? How much could you afford to peak? And
it's
that,
it's hard to be aggressive on this
right,
map with RCL as well because there's no sprinting or anything,
exactly,
and there's not much cover once if you push, you push. You have to dedicate yourself to it.
right. I'd say the only place to really push as a team would be tunnel, given how much cover it is compared to mid and cave. But even then, there's still a stalemate. Now, both teams, especially red team, Commodore on his last life, already at 10 deaths. He truly needs to not get eliminated, otherwise, red team will most likely lose. It's really about who's going to be eliminated first, and ideally, your whole team has 10 deaths before that happens.
Who's playing at Red Team's cave?
Red team's cave it's currently been a 1v1 against Diamond versus
I
Spell.
see.
It's been a passive 1v1.
Oh, someone disconnected,
Okay,
or
from
were
red
they
team.
were
From
they
red
killed?
team, and let's see who this is.
Oh, Comor
This
got
was
out. I
Commodore.
see.
Commodore got drained somehow from
He
tunnel side.
probably they probably should have put him at the back of cave since not a lot of action was going on
Now
there.
this is a huge comeback coming from blue team. He was, for the most part, spawn trapped. I mostly saw red team taking the map control for the most part.
Yeah, red team was very
Yeah,
aggressive.
but at what cost? Now it's a 4 against 5. The next person who risks being eliminated is Cloud, who's currently being rushed here. Will Ors back him up in time? Okay, good, good. So he doesn't interfere.
UXJ's is very low health mid tunnel, but red team can't seize the opportunity to kill him because he's supported too well.
Right, and they don't even want to rush anyway because Cloud's on that one life.
Yes. See, in a situation like this, on red team, you have to look at how many lives each player has. Aura upload only has 4 deaths,
Hmm.
so this is why it's important to have flexible players.
Right,
Because Aura upload, if he is confident enough to be aggressive, he could really spearhead the rushes
exactly.
in tunnel, and that could give red team the opportunity to perhaps pull it back. As you can see, Cloudsan, he's pushed up tunnel on red side. If blue team pushes, he'll die, and then blue team will definitely have this game in the bag. So ideally, you want to rotate Cloud out of there, maybe put him on cave. But red is a man down, so it is a very dire situation right now.
Right. It seems as if red team, at least from the coach, Nasi Pengi right now, he's the coach. He mentioned that there was a complaint of UXJs being somewhat too laggy for them. So they were wondering if there could be a replacement for blue team, which we could of course look into. But other than that, there does not seem to be anything too substantial other than he's the second top frag right now. Just something to consider and keep in mind. Again, this is why we drafted more than 6 people. We've actually drafted 12 people per team just for the sake of there being substitutes and time zone differences and whatnot.
And with UXJs, you have to wonder whether it's a situation where he lives in perhaps Asia or Australia
Right.
or somewhere like that,
Hmm.
far away from typical servers. We're hosting here in Texas,
Right.
so that would add a lot of ping, or whether his internet package just isn't up to scratch.
Right.
It all depends. Or maybe he just uses Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet. That's also a big factor, believe it or not. So, but at the same time, a lot of people won't be able to help their ping. So if they do live in a far off country, there's not much they can really do about that.
Right.
And not everyone can really upgrade their internet package,
Right.
or get a wired connection to their router.
Looks like there's some aggression
It would
from
have
Spell
ended.
here, despite being outnumbered by one. He's drawing the attention of Slick and Diamond that way to draw more pressure into him so that his team could sustain themselves at a 3v3. So that way it's not a 4v3. Looks like it's there's a crossfire currently. 2 people are at cave at blue side. I'm wondering if Slick's going to make a play here with Diamond or if he's going to rotate
Red's
off.
getting some nice drains with against blue team. They should definitely seize the opportunity because otherwise they're just going to heal up. And I think one of them disconnected.
Right, Rectify just disconnected
Okay,
from
time to rush, red
blue
team.
team.
Time to rush.
And that's the
It's now or
problem.
never.
Again, you need to know who you're drafting. You need to know their time zones. You need to know their reliability if they experience any issues, not just their skill, but also their personality too. If there's any conflicts in the VC right now, I wonder how that's going
Mm.
with all these disconnections from one team. It could be quite
Red team needs
frustrating.
to rush outside right now.
Right, red team needs
This is
to
their only
rush.
chance.
This is their only chance when they've been outnumbered for a significant portion of the game.
See, the thing is, they may want to push, but Cloudsan is on one life. Do you really want to be making an aggressive play while he's there? And the thing is, this is why they should have rotated Spell
Hmm.
over from Cave to Tunnel
Right.
and put Cloud there instead, so that if an opportunity arises, that they could make an
Now,
aggressive play.
now, if I were red team, I'd just slick in this location. I'd want for Spell to pretend he's doing a push cave to rotate these two on him, and then Spell could rotate in time faster to mid to impact this map while they rush, whereas Cloud stays in the back for LQC. That way, Cloud's safe. They get a 1-for-1 trade, and Aura is rushing using his forward. He has plenty of lives. I'd want Aura to lead the push, but now Slick's here. Now it's a
It,
3 against 3.
the thing is though, you don't know whether the person who
Rectified's here.
disconnected, whether he's going to rejoin. He's rejoining. See,
Yes.
that was a missed opportunity from Red Team because,
Yes. Yes.
and
Exactly.
now he's back, and now they've lost the
And now
opportunity
let's
to.
see how many deaths he had.
He had 9.
He had 9.
So does he get an extra death?
I've been doing just 9 deaths.
Okay.
Unless it's a sub, but no sub so far.
So because in regular tournaments,
Right, it's
if
one.
someone
It's
disconnects,
one.
they'd get an extra death.
Right.
Now it really is just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. How many kills does Rectified have? Do you know? Anyone? Let me do the math.
No, I'm not sure.
I could check in a sec.
If Blue wanted to end the
I think
match,
it was
all they'd have to
8.
do,
I think it was 8 and 9.
all they have to do is rush inside tunnel. They could even rotate Diamond over to tunnel and push inside, and then they'd get Cloud out, and it'd be over. So Blue's just stalling for time
Right.
for
Red
some
team
reason.
truly missed the opportunity to
Yeah.
abuse Rectify from disconnecting.
Yes.
Now they need to play defensive here and just hold. Cloud seems to be the one peeking first, or is just sitting here watching outer for some reason. Or is making a play mid. Seems like to scare them
Blue,
off.
yeah, Blue really needs to
Mm-hmm.
push all the way. I don't think they realize the advantage they have right now.
Right.
They weren't even looking inside, like you said.
Right. It's a bit surprising that it became a 4v4 when it was a 5v4 in Blue's favor just a while ago.
Also, something to note is Diamond has 8 lives, and he's playing back cave.
Yes.
Blue team could use his lives if he was rotated
Exactly.
over to tunnel. All they have to do is get Cloud out, and then it's a clean sweep.
Exactly. Because you could see here, Aura, 4 deaths. That would be their red player making those plays, whereas the blue player, Diamond,
Did Blue lose someone again?
Rectified.
What happened?
I'm not too sure what's going on with
He
Rectified.
disconnected again?
Again, it seems like. It seems quite unfortunate, given that, if you're gonna have
Okay, if I were them, or I'd put Aura to tunnel, and then I'd have the 3 of them push inside right away.
it has to be right now. If they did not learn from
Yeah.
their mistakes previously, Red Team truly needs to make a push right now.
Ideally, I'd want Cloud to move over to cave, and Spell to move to tunnel,
Exactly.
because it's very dangerous getting in a conflict at tunnel with Cloud only on 1 life.
Mm-hmm. Diamond still just holding cave passively. Rectified's back now, so it looks like they missed their opportunity. I believe 9 deaths for Rectified.
See, because Diamond on blue team isn't really doing much there at back
Exactly.
cave, and he has the most lives on the team.
Exactly. Although, again, assuming that Rectified had more stats on the board, Diamond does seem to be the bottom frag, but still, he needs to use those lives at tunnel.
It's not that Diamond is necessarily performing badly. It's
Right.
just that he's playing in a very slow position.
It's a very low impact position. It's up to
Yeah.
his team if they want to win this. His position right now.
Cave can be
Tunnel.
a very important position,
Hmm.
but right now Spell isn't playing
There's
Cave.
a play here from Blue now. They're finally pushing. Aura gets out, but that's fine because he has plenty of lives to spare. It's more of a matter of if Cloud gets out or not.
Yes.
Ors would have to rush them first to prevent that. They do have a crossfire from mid too, so Cloud's stuck there. Looks like they're pushing them
Rect
out
only
right
has one
now.
life. Wow,
Okay,
very nice.
2 picks basically for free right there. Actually, 2 for 1, I'd say.
That was impressive from Red.
Right. Again, still a very close game.
See, Diamond needs to be at tunnel for blue team right now because
Yes.
blue team would be second guessing themselves
Rectified
considering that
truly needs to
Rectified only
play.
has one life.
Rectified and Diamond need to swap right now.
Yeah, it's imperative that they swap
Right. Rectified's not
because
on
it's
10
too risky
mils.
if blue team pushes and they lose Rectified.
Or at the same time, perhaps they would want to sacrifice 1 for 1 Cloud for Rectified if Rectified keeps disconnecting. They could consider that while they have the chance.
See, the thing is though, if Rectified dies, then
Right.
blue team really loses their upper hand for no reason.
Right, they truly do. Now Diamond's rotating, so nobody's at cave. I'm wondering if Spell might take
I
advantage here.
see Spell is playing very passively, so I don't think he's going to push up regardless.
Right.
See, Spell's intention is to support anything that happens tunnel, which
Right.
is why I'm recommending an inside play.
Mm-hmm.
See, Rectified could support from the back perhaps, and then the other three could push up, and it would probably be over for Cloud.
Aura took the 1v1
Oh,
against Slick, and he lost that.
um,
Now Ors is going in one at a time, but then there's a
yeah,
crossfire. So it's a
he
bit
probably should have
scary.
waited for support from Ors.
Right. Now Aura's open contesting
It's okay
mid,
though. Oof,
going
because
opposite.
Aura had a lot of lives to spend, so I understand why he wanted to play aggressive there.
Right.
Uh,
He's throwing away a bit of lives right now, as you can
yeah,
see.
he is. He is.
Now, what I really advocate, what I really would want to see from both of these teams, for next match at least, whoever's winning, of course, is for there to be pressuring on multiple sides where there's not just an AFK 1v1 long range cave, you know, or if
Yeah.
there's nobody cave, could someone, if there's only one person cave, can someone at least pressure that or rotate, not just sit here still AFK?
Can you change the map for the next one? Perhaps Stilltops, because that would
Yes, it's
make it so
actually,
zigzag and
let me
cave is
clarify.
more volatile.
Yes, let me clarify. So there's 5 total maps that could be used here, and the teams banned out the maps, and Bricktops was decided. Bricktops was the map decided. That's why we're on Bricktops right now. So we
Here we
flip
go.
we flip a coin with the coaches.
Aura down.
Yep, or down. We flip a coin and we determine the first map ban for one coach. The other coach then bans 2 maps, and then the coach who
Blue
banned
got killed.
first will
And
ban the
another.
next map. Yes, there's a lot of action here. Lots of lives being traded.
Well done to Slick.
hmm Slick got away cleanly.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was a 2v1 situation.
And Cloud is stuck here. If Slick rotates, that could be a big play.
Yeah. Okay, Rectified's doing good there. Well done to
Cloud is
Rectified.
out. Cloud is out. For some reason, there seems to be 2 people cave. Okay, there's a crossfire now. They got Diamond, but he has so many lives to spare that it's fine.
Spell's in danger because they just respawned. Is he pushed up? I can't tell.
Spell is pushed up.
Red is not in a good situation right now.
Ors gets picked from long range, trying to support Spell despite his being
Spell
too buff.
escaped.
hmm
Once Slick heals up, Slick and Diamond will probably push Spell out.
Right.
Or even Rectified and Diamond could push out Spell right now.
With all these disconnections, I truly thought Red Team would have the upper hand, especially the map
Yeah.
control. But right
They
now,
didn't capitalize off of it, though.
Right.
That's the issue.
right now they are the one without map control. This is a first so far this match. I don't think Blue Team has ever been pushed up this far so far.
Keep in mind that Blue Team has 2 more players,
Right.
so they are outnumbered, which is giving Blue a massive advantage in terms of crossfire and map control.
It is.
But Red is dominant in terms of map control. However, I don't think Red deal very well when they themselves are put on the back foot.
hmm
And when they I I've definitely seen a lot of situations here where either team haven't capitalized on
their
on
advantage.
situations that have arisen. Yeah,
Now there's just a 1v2 cave. Now technically a 1v3, 1v4 cave. Spell is pinched.
yeah,
UXJ just needs to peek here. UXJ does not go for the kill though, but
yeah.
picks Aura instead, which could be just as fine because Spell's dead anyway. Okay, they get 2 free
All
people.
3 red team members on 10, 1 life each.
Yes. And now they're just forced to play from spawn, unfortunately. They're going to be crossfired if they do a push. They're already drained. Or his teammates at least. This does not look good for red. It doesn't really matter if Ice dies because he already has another life to spare. Red team cannot sustain their health whatsoever. Aura goes for the 1-for-1, but at what cost? Now they're pushing. Now they're going to be flanked by Diamond, who has been really passive the whole game, but now he's being really aggressive, capitalizing on red team being really low. So really good job from Diamond. And that
And there we have
concludes
it.
the match. And we will be screenshotting this and making sure that we understand that Fiore Province is the victor here against Verstan Vipers. All right, really good job from them. So now this is a